All right, what's going on, people around Cherokee County and the world? Big Matt Diamond Dean is in the house. Show number 184. We're glad to be here today, hanging out with everybody. They ain't nowhere else I would rather be than right here on a beautiful Sunday that the good Lord has given us. So, without any further ado, today I've got a preseason college trio hype. We're going to talk about LSU,
okay,
USC, and Michigan, which Michigan didn't have their spring game yesterday. And
three top tens.
I got some news for local stuff. Things been going on, shaking out around here. Dean, what you got?
I've got college basketball, women's and men's. We got the championship tomorrow night. Also, the NIT was Friday. Got some news on Ed Orgeron, and we're going to talk a little bit about the big Masters golf tournament coming up next weekend.
Next weekend. Guys, Easter will be next week. We will not be on. So get all you Matt and Todd show right here with us and come back and hang out with us. Oh, here we're back. We live. All right, what's going on, guys? We rocking out and jamming out with our socks out. We got plenty to talk about today. Hope everybody's settled in here and come on board. We just got plenty to do.
Yeah.
So without any further ado, let me go back up here to the comment section. Well, where'd it go? There we go. Jeff Anderson, he's always on here. Caitlin played with 4 fouls almost the entire fourth quarter. Allison, the LSU girls. Okay.
Oh man, they looked good.
Yeah,
we'll get to that.
Yeah, we did. It's gonna be they played a good game. They played a good team game, and the Clark girl was fantastic. Broke all kind of records.
Yeah,
broke the scoring record. 2 back-to-back
for
games.
A tournament, 241 points.
LSU girls break the scoring for score 102. Texas had the record at 97 back in the 90s.
102 in a championship game.
Whew. That's a lot of points.
Yeah.
Local news. The Spring Garden girls softball team goes down and plays at JSU. They go 3-1 against Gainesville, Arrington, and Appalachian. Getting in some action. They're getting things spiced up, getting ready finally into a mode of playing some softball. A lot of the girls had been playing
they were
basketball for a while.
When we interviewed them, they played one game.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll be at Cedar Bluff Gainesville game tomorrow. Softball. We'll go check them out. Come over there and see us. We'll be doing free autographs. Gainesville baseball played at Rickwood Field this past week. They had a win over Jackson Hole 14-9 in 10 innings. Kyler leads with 2. He was 2 out of 4 at the plate. Had a pair of doubles, 4 stolen bases. Eads pitched, had a great game. Sharp, Hendon, Almond all played very well. To add to that, Sandrock boys sweep. Valley Head baseball. Giles pitches a perfect game, I hear. Cedar Bluff also played at Rickwood, and
they beat Pisgah twice. We're down against Pisgah and come back. I'm thinking they were down like 8-3, and maybe come back and won 15-12, 15-9, or something like that. 15-8 or 9, and I think they beat them twice. Now I'm not sure about their other game. I know they had another day of games.
It's great for the guys. We're glad our coaches got to do that and take the kids out there. That's a huge experience for the guys that they'll always carry with them for their whole life.
And Gainesville, I say Gainesville's continuing their winning ways.
Kobe's doing a good job.
They're up to about 10 or 11 wins. This is the bunch I'd heard was going to be pretty good.
Yes,
around this age range.
Yeah. Kurt's boy and all that whole group there. And Miss Amanda's boy.
Played together a long time.
Guys, it's real easy. Hit the subscribe button. We appreciate all the new subscribers that we had on the channel. Dean, how easy is it to subscribe? I mean,
just hit it, man. Hit that button.
Bang, just hit the button. I mean, it's not hard at all.
1 second.
It's not hard at all. And any further, why is it doing though? Well, it's the screen. It's not putting me on. Oh, there it is. What in the Lord's name? Jesus. Sorry about that, guy. What is okay? But more local news. Coker
Yeah, Robbie
back
Coker.
to back to back.
He's won 4 or 5.
Yeah, basketball
4,
high
I think.
school up there at Plainview.
Mhm.
He's decided to take his talents to Fort Payne.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
interesting.
That's an upgrade, I would say, but
Yeah.
not. I mean,
I'm just surprised.
It's an upgrade, but I mean, gosh, he said it. I mean, Plainview can play with all those teams and beat them.
Yeah,
so
we don't know why we're not inside with Robbie on. I don't.
We know there's I'm sure he got a substantial pay raise.
Yes, and that helps. I mean, he wants to be financially set for his children, his wife, and I understand.
And it is a step up in classification.
Yep.
Like I said, Plainview could beat those 6A teams anyway. I noticed where Jacksonville, I think Plainview and Jacksonville had like a 3-point game this year. And Jacksonville won the state.
Mm-hmm.
And Scottsboro went to the Final Four, and I think them and Plainview had played a close game.
They were good that year, too. So, that Scottsboro team was.
Yeah, I figure he got offered a good bid, and he'll do good there.
He will. So we're excited for him. Moving on. In coaching world, another coach, Coosa Christian, Rush touches wheels down here.
Mm-hmm.
Right here, had him on the couch with Coach O'Brien. We're glad for Coach O'Brien to brought him in there down here. We got to talk to him, had a 2-hour show. The views are still crawling. If you go on Google and search Rush Probst, our videos coming up on there. There's not many interviews he even did in the state of Alabama since being back, except us.
No, he's not. I just saw him, at the press conference the other day, but that wasn't really an interview.
Good luck to him at Pell City. They're waiting on to see. I'm curious now about who he's going to hire as assistants.
Yeah, one needed 4.
4 or 5 guys. He'll have some analyst guys that do film, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So getting all the money together for him to hire his staff.
Not got an easy job there. City's a tough gig.
What was that?
I know they've had good teams before, but I don't think they've burned it up lately.
What was that stat that I had? Probst will try to turn around a Pell City team that went 1-9 a year ago, hasn't made the playoffs since 2017, and hasn't won more than 6 games in a season since 2012.
Oh.
The Panthers went 7-5 that year.
Mm-hmm.
Probst is the school's 7th head coach since 2010.
Mm. Well, that's probably
This was a write-up from AL.com. I'm quoting. This is not me.
Well, Etheridge that coached at Auburn and Oxford that did so well, he actually coached there for a year or 2. And I don't know how it went, but they've gone through 7 coaches and 7 coaches in what's that? 10 years?
Yeah, 13 years.
I don't know how long Coach Short, if he's on, would know how long Etheridge stayed there. And I was thinking Glover was there. I may be wrong on that. He may have been at St. Clair County. I think he was. Coach Matt Glover at Etowah, but I was thinking he might have been at Pell City too. But
and other coach moves talking about Etowah Glover.
May be wrong.
I rumored that Coach Roach is going to Gadsden City.
Mm-hmm.
Does the guy from Cass?
Oh yes, not Freddie.
Yeah. That's
he
some
was
other
going to Gadsden City.
Coaches and stuff moving around, and Holcomb at Southside.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, what about him?
Miles Holcomb.
Yeah, he gets the NIL deal with Adidas.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the first I've heard of any news.
Big deal, isn't it?
I mean, I ain't heard of nobody. Have you?
No,
I don't know.
No, not around here.
No, I don't know of any other coaches getting no kind of.
No, I don't know.
So
I wonder what kind of deal it was. I mean, I wonder how good. I'm sure it's not bad.
Yes, maybe fitting the team up with stuff.
Yeah,
I guess
that's good.
Jerseys and shoes, and which is great for the kids. Anything you can do to get a little bit better.
Yeah, I think he'll do good down there in the long run. I thought they were decent this year. It's not easy to compete in 6A.
No,
and
no, it's tough.
So you can't really go by, they stink. Well, I mean, look who they're playing.
That's tough.
It takes some time, but I think he's on the right track.
Yeah, it's a big area, man. You got a lot of good teams in that area.
I was trying to think if there have been any other
local stuff,
local coaching changes. No, we already talked about Miller going to Piedmont. The last I know of was Probst.
Yeah,
and then Coker. I haven't heard anything else really.
Yeah, we wish Coach Rush the best, and guys, he's a winner, and the Lord convicted his soul that he said, quote unquote, in the interview that he didn't do things the right way at Hoover.
Mm-hmm.
It was all about push, push, push. And he's going to slow down. He's had to slow down and gather his thoughts a little bit. And said he's been humbled when he went to Georgia. He told us that here.
Mm-hmm.
And Lord's put it on his heart that he needs to pay more attention to the detailed things of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And also he's at home there. His wife's whole family started a big church there.
Mm-hmm.
Huge church. The pastor, think I had heard Coach say that his wife was on the board to hire the coach when she was 17.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy's been there a while. He's got a huge church there.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, we hope the Lord's working with him and his family and blesses them to have a good career there. And I look forward to going down seeing him. We'll go there and see how things are going. I'd like to go down this summer one day and just scout out what they've got going on.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting. And it'd be an interesting. That's a tough job. I'd just like to see, and I'm sure he'll.
Yeah, I'm
get it going in the right direction.
His assistants. That's what. And we'll give you news as we get it, and we'll pass it on to y'all about Coach Rush and the guys he'll be adding to him.
I hate to say this, but we're just not familiar with Pell City.
No.
I'm not sure if that's in St. Clair or Blount County. It's in one of the two, but I don't know. Like I said, Coach Short will know. I think it's in St. Clair.
Yeah,
but it's down there close to Aniana
in
that whole area. So we know there's some athletes.
What's up,
there.
Zach?
Aniana loaded with athletes. I mean,
Yeah. But they'll be in region play with Cherokee County, Aniana. So, and they will play them out here this year. Looking forward to that. I'm trying to get together. I know football's kind of spring game. We had Michigan had one yesterday, so football is in the air.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll start doing more football stuff next month
as we go.
As the weeks come in. Probably this month because baseball, softball will be slowing down.
Basketball's done.
Yeah, basketball girls done. The boys play Monday tomorrow night.
They'll be done.
Let's see. We have done
9 o'clock, 8:20 start.
Ladies, we'll talk about the ladies in a second. Auburn Hunter's out for the season.
That's not good. That's their star running back. I thought he was good. He's done for the year.
That's the way I read it. Season-ending injury. So
in April,
I tagged him on Twitter, playing a tag, some kind of tag football game.
That's not good.
I just told him I was thinking about him, and I don't know. I said, Lord gives the biggest storms to his most hearted warriors. So
he had it to himself.
Whatever you got planned, God's got laid out for you. Obviously, it's going to be something big because, man, to deal with this.
I mean, he played behind Tank. Of course, it was his. Got a lot of carries, but not the bulk of them. And now he was going to be the man. And that's a big loss because I read something the other day that he was one of the better running backs coming back in the country.
Yeah.
And especially in the conference.
Yes.
Yeah.
So bad news for Auburn Tigers. They losing their top running back. More college kind of NFL news. Jalen Carter draft stock falling way off. Some are having him go 20th to Detroit maybe. I guess all he's dealing with emotional stuff and whatnot. He's put on some weight. He's winded at these workouts and these pro days. And we'll get into some of that a little bit too. I got more stuff about the draft stuff from Anthony Richardson, Bryce Young. We'll go through the top 10 guys where Will Levis may wind up. People suspect they may wind up. That kind of stuff.
Quickly, Matt, Ed Orgeron got on the staff today. He's going to be their D-line coach. Since we're talking about pro for just a second.
Yeah, Coach O at the Saints. Well, I mean, you're going to get them down there and get them together.
Yeah, I've always heard he's
go Saints.
Good D-line coach.
Yeah.
And I don't think he got enough credit for that championship team. He put that staff together.
That's part of what he does.
Yeah. Hey, he didn't do nothing. The offensive coordinator did. Well, that's what he wanted him to do. That's what he hired him to do.
He did it. And being a good head coach is about putting together good staff.
Right? Yeah, them guys can't catch a break. They hire good coordinators, and they don't have nothing to do with it no more.
Yeah, Anderson says if UConn wins by 20 tomorrow night, they will be in the select company. Only 3 schools have won by 20 or more since 1992. So Jeff seems like he's suspecting a blowout over San Diego State.
I don't know. I can't count on big SDSU Aztecs out.
I'm not.
No.
Have you seen how they played?
And they're deep.
We're gonna hit that game.
They're deep.
We're gonna hit that one too.
Yeah, I'll go over that.
The Masters. Dean brought that up. We'll talk about the Masters a little bit. Did anybody see the video of Jalen Milroe with his pass that he hit Brooks with? There's a little Instagram reel they put up real quick. Reels, just an amazing pass and catch. And Kool-Aid got burnt on the coverage. Brooks got one on him, and everybody's really psyched about him being the quarterback at Alabama. Let me cool everybody down. It's one pass.
Right.
A practice.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just not be too crazy.
Yeah.
Let's just be cool here. He threw one cool pass and it got caught and caught fire on video, and so let's just.
I had some great runs in practice, but I
sure.
didn't start on Friday night and on offense. I was never one of the running backs. I'll put it like that. I'm just saying, you're absolutely right.
Let's just be calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
Come on, man. He's not.
And he may be, but I don't know. That shouldn't be what
I'm sure
makes you think he is.
It's not for Coach Reese or Coach Saban. And I heard today that Reese got on him one day back during the week. He's holding these guys accountable.
No, really? It's a different style, but I think it's a style fitting with what Coach Saban wants.
There was a fight, a pretty good little breakout scrap one day this past week too at practice. So some older players come on Stephen M. Smith's show, the little guy with glasses.
Yeah,
he does a great podcast. If you follow him, find out all the news about Alabama football. Because he has both Scarborough on, he has Clinton Dix on his show. He has Alabama players on his pod all the time. One of the players was on there. Who was it? One that played with Greg and them back in the day. Anyway, no matter who. He said he was at practice, and he said they was a kind of fight like we used to get into. Is what he said. So he said he liked it. He likes the dog coming out in him, and that's
part of college football. It's violent.
Yeah. What's up, Mason? Good to see you on here. Jeff said UConn reminds him of the 81 Indianapolis team.
Well, the thing
the Indiana team.
We're going to talk about UConn here in a minute, and we'll get into that. But I don't know. They flew under the radar. Nobody gave any credit to them or their conference, and their coach says they're.
Yeah, hang on.
Their coach says they're the best conference, not the SEC, not the Big 12, the Big East. And I'm inclined to agree, man.
Well, who's to go again? I mean, what proof can we? We're going to make an argument.
They've got 8 losses, and they're all in conference.
We're going to lay it out in court, and we're going to do it the right way.
All the evidence is there.
Okay.
You know what they're beating out of conference opponents? Average 24 points a game. They're beating them by that.
No.
And their conference is Xavier, Marquette, some of those teams. And that's who beat them.
I say this all the time, but smoke them if you got them.
Well, I just know some people that were kind of offended by his comments. But guys, I think he's right. I think it's the best conference.
If you used to say the SEC rules college football, let's go back and look. Where's the proof?
The evidence is there.
Well, yeah, they've won it like 8 out of 10 times. I mean, who's won the championship outside of Clemson?
And I'm sorry, guys, the evidence is there that the Big East is 110% the best conference. With Marquette, Connecticut, Xavier, or I call them Xavier. I don't know what everybody else calls them.
Before I move into
nobody wants to hear that, though, and believes that.
Well,
it's true.
It is what it is. Let me bring this up.
Well,
here's for another part of the audience. Switch gears, the other part of the audience that's I had somebody ask me to talk about this, and I said, well, I planned on it anyway.
All right.
I had to bring all new kind of audience. And I said, well, people that are listening probably don't care about this much, but there's an audience out there that does. Millions of people. WrestleMania 39, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
We watched last night.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people.
Mysterio, father-son fought. Ray won. He's in Hall of Fame. He beat his son, Dominique. The women's title. The Blair girl looks like Marilyn Manson. She beat Charlotte Flair. For all you people a lot of guys just flip through it and watch it some. If you like football and stuff, they usually watch some wrestling. They're not elbow deep in it.
Right.
The Usos did lose to Sami Zayn and what's the Owens guy? Kevin Owens,
Mhm.
Canadian. So they're the new tag team champs. And then John Cena, 16-time champ. He is the 2K23 golf games trial. It's coming out if you like golf. 2K23 is coming out. John Cena is part of that.
Yeah.
Because he's just John Cena.
Yeah.
He's a 16-time champ. Well, he kind of pretty much probably fought in his last match last night.
Yeah.
And he did lose to Austin Theory. And tonight, Roman Reigns will defend his undisputed heavyweight championship against Cody Rhodes, the son of former Dusty Rhodes. And he has that little lisp, kind of, you know how Dusty talked, that little.
Yeah.
Cody's got the same thing, sort of. It's pretty
What
cool.
was Dusty Rhodes' brother's name?
I don't know anything.
Who am I thinking? I may be thinking about somebody else.
And Omos.
I'm thinking about Arn and Ole.
Yeah, Arn and Ole and Four Horsemen. Omos is fighting Brock Lesnar. Everybody knows who Brock Lesnar is. This guy, Omos, is a 7-foot tall giant, like from Africa or something. He is huge. So I'm curious to see how that turns out. Edge would just not go away. This guy's been wrestling for 20-something years. He's going to fight Finn Balor, Hell in a Cell. They're going to lock up in a cage match tonight. This all starts at 7. And Natalya is going to fight Ronda Rousey. So Rousey.
She's still fighting?
She's still in wrestling. So.
Wow. A lot of people, you know, especially when I was growing up, a lot of people absolutely loved wrestling. I think it's declined some, and boxing's really declined.
Yeah, they're trying to get it back by bringing Logan Paul. He did lose last night to Seth Rollins, and Pat McAfee come out and did a top rope flip off on a guy. They got into it, and Kettle come out of the seats of the fans and clothesline the guy.
That stuff's pretty entertaining.
McAfee backflips on the guy. So
the punter. Yeah. He was a great punter.
He wrestles.
He's a character.
Yes, and I know why they're doing it. They're bringing him and Logan Paul in to bring in that young audience, trying to grow. I get what they're doing. The matches were good last night. The 6-way tag match from the ladies was good, and the guys had a 6-man tag team thing. They got all 6 of them got in the corner, and they're all like. One's up on the top rope, and then somebody's in front of him to throw him off. Then 2 other guys get up under them, pick them up, and they all suplex the guy off. I've never seen that like
pretty good.
It was good.
They got some moves.
So it'll be on here at 7. I'm gonna tune in a little bit later and see
what's going on.
And I think Cody Rhodes beats Roman Reigns out for the title. Quick MLB scores. This was opening day. The Braves go ahead. I think that was 101 win. They did lose today to the Nationals, but they did beat them the other day 7-2. And the rookie Jared Shuster and Dylan Dodd, the elder guy, he may get called up if Red don't. If he misses games because they have some injuries.
Right.
White Sox have beat the Astros. Dylan Case, the guy runner up for the Cy Young last year.
Yeah.
They had a good game, and the Yankees, Aaron Judge, opener of the game.
I know. First at bat.
Smashes one. They win 5-0 over the Giants. And the Dodgers, 8-2 over the Diamondbacks, NL West underdog. They are. And with the Giants are still favored to make a run at it at the World Series.
Are they supposed to win it? Giants, San Francisco.
LA plays very well. And
they do.
They beat the Diamondbacks pitcher, Zach Gallen, and stuff with a two-run shot later in the day that Diamondbacks.
Since the Braves, obviously the Braves run in the 1990s. Since then, San Francisco in the last 20 years has had a lot of good teams.
Oh, God.
Boston, New York, San Francisco, and St. Louis. They're just always pretty good.
Yeah.
Houston too.
Yeah.
Houston Astros.
So baseball it's firing in there.
It's firing in there.
And we'll mention Brave scores, and I'll keep an eye on the top teams. We ain't gonna break it down. We're not. Right. There's a lot of other baseball shows.
They play.
There's a lot of baseball podcasts that do just baseball.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna talk about some of the scores and who's leading the league.
Right. Who's leading the league?
I'm gonna do that, but we're not gonna get involved in depth. Mark McGuire goes 1 for 3, and I can't believe he had one shoestring out of his shoe. I mean, I'm not going to get crazy.
I don't see how Harold Reynolds, which I think he's the best one, do that stuff all the time. But since we're talking about standings, it looks like Boston and Milwaukee going to be the top 2 teams
Yes,
in the
my
NBA
Celtics
East.
are.
And Denver is probably going to win the West.
The Nuggets.
So they just playing stuff now with 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Yeah, the Nuggets, and who was the other?
Can't remember who was 2. It's not in the Mavericks.
With
it's
the
not,
Suns, is it?
No, they were like 4. But
I just looked at it.
KD's still not 100%. Let me see if the Suns are. Let me see who number 2 is in the.
Yeah, out west.
Yeah.
AR-15 draft news. Some people still think he may go number 1 while Dean's looking that up. He did a backflip the other day, guys. He had a pro day down there in Florida. He had a good day. Had a big 70-yard bomb. He's a 53% passer, 2,500 yards, 17 touchdowns, a pick, 650 running, 9 touchdowns on the ground as a senior. So that was
pretty good.
Assumed to be number 1 by some.
Matt, Nuggets, Grizzlies are right on their heels,
Grizzlies.
and the Sacramento Kings are right on their heels. Wow.
Sacramento.
And the other side is the Bucks, Celtics, 76ers. They've got that wrapped up. But the Celtics can still get that. We watched the other day, they beat the Bucks by 45.
Yeah, they pulled everybody. They pulled a lot of starters out.
It's kind of crazy right now. I mean, that is basketball. But, I mean, you can't be pulling people out right now. You got a 1-game lead. You can't play you got to play your studs.
Yeah. And the Lakers are like last or next to last.
They're still going to.
6 games back.
They're going to have a shot.
6 games back.
But look, no, they're going to have a shot.
I don't think they can win.
They'll be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They'll get in that play-in stuff, but they may get beat.
They will. Yeah.
I wouldn't look for them to
Davis
win a series.
Is prone to injury, and LeBron could. He seemed like he could care less if he's playing or not.
Yeah.
He's just trying to get done with the season, get his son in the league, and be the first guy to play with his son.
You think LeBron's about done?
Yeah, he's packed it in. When he broke that record, he don't seem like
he played much since.
No. He's just.
Think he's over the championship stuff.
Yeah, he'll never be a Jordan or no. He's just not. I mean, they're not the same players. Different era.
Yeah.
Different. It's just not. It's
he's
never
getting older too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 38.
Yeah. I mean, it's just time to.
He may play 3 more years, 4.
I guess he's in good shape for an older guy.
Yeah.
He takes care of himself. Does things the right way. Will Anderson is moving up in the draft stocks after Carter. We mentioned a while ago does have some fall off. And Bryce Young, his off-platform plays said by people there taking a look at him. Everybody from the Panthers, the Seahawks, Jaguars are all looking at this. Are looking at Bryce Young. They said he has great leadership qualities and he has great pre-snap reads like Drew Brees, high intelligent level, and after the snap, he's going to get some yards. We've seen him do it.
Oh, yeah.
Single-handedly win some games.
Yes, definitely. He's good. I think he's good.
Arizona to pick Panthers, AR-15, number 1 supposedly. Bryce to go to the Texans. Will Anderson to the Cardinals. C.J. Stroud maybe to the Colts.
That'd be a good pickup.
Smith-Njigba to the Bears probably. Will Levis 14th to the Bucks, and then Carter all the way down to 20th to the Seahawks.
Levis is dropping some, isn't he?
And the Witherspoon guy, the corner from Illinois that broke a lot of records.
Yes, he was good.
Probably going to the Eagles.
One of the reasons they were so good. They're good on defense. Illinois.
And
is it Illinois or Illinois?
Illinois.
Okay, I've always said Illinois, but a lot of people say Illinois. So I guess it's both.
Some of the linemen, Raiders, and the Lions. And we'll be looking to pick up some guys in the early rounds.
I think the Lions are about 1 player away from being pretty good.
What? 3 weeks away? The drafts will be 2 weeks?
I think it should be the last weekend in April.
It's like the week after A-Day.
The 29th.
We'll be doing a show at A-Day. We're going to set up on the field. We're going to have Coach Saban on A-Day. Tune in.
Players coming.
Yeah, players come by.
Yeah.
We're going to have he's going to say this.
We're going to call some plays.
Yeah. We will be we'll go live down there. We'll put up a post for a few minutes.
Oh,
we're planning on going
27. Yes. What was I going to say? Draft should start that Thursday, the 27th.
He'll run all through the
28th, 29th.
Yeah, my birthday.
3 days, probably.
Yeah.
It usually starts on Thursday.
Usually the last
and
day.
It's interesting.
The last day of turkey season will be April 20th. It's my April 30th be my birthday. I'll be 46. And when you have
It'll be 46.
yeah, and when you have WrestleMania,
Yeah, that's right, 46.
and you have the finals going for basketball, that tells me it's getting time for football. I'm excited about this time of year. My birthday's coming around. Football's fixing to get started, and the basketball's coming to an end, and football's getting here. I mean, I like football, and we're going to cover our local teams. We're going to go see them and talk about them.
But we're just more of a.
But football's the main thing, and we're excited to get back on track. And once we start, you know what that means, though.
Oh yeah, we're dug in
Till first of the year.
Yeah, he is.
Till 2024. Preseason hunt.
Somebody's asking me about that. Yes, that's.
All right. Here's an interesting fact. UCLA, the Bruins.
22nd, 2. What did I tell you? 2. Okay.
They have a quarterback that's came on the way. His name is Dante Moore. Top guy, 5-star nation.
Dante Moore.
Covered him last year.
Not the one we know.
No, not him. But, this guy's really good. 6'2", 210 pounds. I just want people to keep an eye on him. They did lose in the Sun Bowl last year against Pitt after the Thompson Robinson kid got hurt, and the Gardner kid come in, tried to do what he did.
I remember that.
Wasn't good enough. So keep your eyes open and write this name down. Dontamoore, Dante Moore. He is the most freshman college-ready quarterback that you're going to see since Lawrence to Caleb Williams.
Wow, that good. He's that level.
Yeah. He was at Oregon, and Chip flipped him from Oregon to come down to UCLA.
Wow. Where is he from? Where did he play?
He's from out there.
Okay.
So
Dante Moore.
You can't forget that name. We won't, because we got a close friend that's named Dante. I graduated with him. So
yeah. It's not him, guys. Don't go up to him this week.
Hey, you're starting at UCLA? I didn't know.
Hey, no, that's interesting, though. So he's, as far as freshmen, if there's a freshman that's going to start, it's going to be this guy.
He's going to hit the ground running.
Wow.
You're going to see something special at UCLA. And Chip Kelly, his offense.
He's doing a good job out there. I thought they were pretty good last year.
And they're ready to go to the Big 12 next year, probably. 24, 25.
Yes. 2 years.
That's fixing to happen.
Yeah.
Speaking of the dogs, cornerbacks Harris, Everett, and Green, and Humphrey. Everett's being one of the main guys. The Robinson kid from ING, they got a kid coming from Inglewood that played it, and then a kid from St. Bosco. Georgia's racking up on some corners. This is some other news.
They don't need any.
They're going to be
still racking up.
Now, Hartman, is it your guy? Is it Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Who's he throwing to, Dean? Smith, Thomas, and then a kid named Deion Colsey.
I'm interested in.
So keep in mind, these are names. I'm dropping names. So when I go back in the season and I say, I'm telling you, I looked this guy up and I'm mentioning his name because he's going to be good.
I'm interested in Hartman being our quarterback.
Don't come on and say, you don't know what you're talking about. How do you know? I'm telling you right now, write down these names. When I give you these names, I'm not just giving you a random name. Yeah. Deion Colsey at Notre Dame.
He's going to be
yes.
Let me write that down.
Deion Colsey. Yes. Oklahoma, wide receivers.
I'm going to leave that right over here.
Stoops is going to be good. And Baruch is also going to be a good one. Gabriel's going to be back at quarterback. I'm excited to see what they're going to do. But if Venables cannot fix the 99th ranked defense,
I would say he can. My gosh, he's won championships with defense.
They're going to be.
I mean, he really has.
They're going to just be boomers. They're not going to be any kind of sooner nothing. They ain't going to be worth a crap.
No. That surprised me to hear that. Dean Colsey. Notre Dame.
Yeah, keep an eye out for him. Dante Moore at UCLA.
Oh yeah. Now
these are names you're going to hear through the year. Jeff has got us UCLA transferring to the Big Ten, probably at the effect in flipping him. Be better competition. Yes, that'll be correct. Colorado Spring game is sold out. Yeah, 41,000 people.
I still think it's going to take some time.
What else we got on the list today, Dan? Let's just drop the list up there on top of the screen.
All right.
What we got today. Preseason hype trail. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. MLB kicked off. We gave you all the scores. The finals are here. The finals are here. That's what you all come by to talk about. Right there it is.
Let's go on and get into the basketball right quick.
Basketball. All right, tell us about it.
Quickly. All right, because I know.
State.
San Diego State. But look, first off, before we get into that, Matt, North Texas defeated UAB to win the NIT.
We watched some of that
Thursday, 68-61. And wow, what a great girls game. LSU at 102 to 85.
Beat the scoring record.
Man, I've never seen country take off and get behind a young lady like they did to Iowa's Caitlin Clark.
Never.
She still scored 28. What did you say she scored in the tournament? 190 in 6 games?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she was the star of it. But so LSU wins. That was their coach's 4th. I think everybody thought South Carolina would win it. Did you not think South Carolina would win it?
We all did, didn't we?
But she had 41. She's impossible to cover. You just better hope she's missing. But yesterday, SDSU went down to the wire. They hit a shot with 1 second left.
It's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 second.
Baker.
Butler.
Yeah,
and they're just sitting there like, oh, boy, he better shoot it. And he just lets it go.
Kind of get in over the rim and turn around and kick it back out. And bang.
FAU literally led that game for
they controlled it
for the last 30 minutes.
Most of the night. Ladie had 12 off the bench, and Rope had 9 off the bench. And then, of course, the guy we like, Mesa, had 7 points with 6 rebounds.
He's a shot blocker. He's
Matt Bradley, 21 points. He was 4 for 8 on threes.
Matt Bradley. He's the only one. And Ladie come off, right?
Yeah, I mentioned him. He had 12 off the bench.
And their point, I mean, I don't know. They just got a lot of depth. Well, hold on. I'll get back to that. And the second game, UConn just looked great.
Yeah.
And Miami they shot back.
Shocked.
Yeah.
Like, wow, they're really good. You're talking about UConn.
They beat him by 13, but it probably could have been
23.
A little worse, don't you think? I was telling, we've already talked about that on here. I had a guy up in Kentucky that watches a lot, says they'll win this going away. They'll win it easy. I think he may be right. But now we got a big-time matchup at 8:30 tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm just curious.
And
I'm not picking it.
Matt's not 100% sold at UConn. I'm going to pick UConn, but
I can't. There's no way. Let's just go back and look at our bracket.
Yeah, I know.
I can't pick. What do I know about basketball? I'm 5th right now. McAway's Shane.
He's Coosa. We're from Spring Garden, but coaches at Coosa.
He's ahead right now in points. So
yeah, Shane's a good fella. Well, Matt, briefly, I'm just going to go over some of the players that play for SDSU's, led by Matt Bradley. He's the only guy on the team that scores in double digits. Mm-hmm. All right, but they're so deep.
That may hurt them.
It could.
But they're good off the bench.
They're very good off the bench with a rope.
These guys' names.
A rope. Keshad Johnson. They got a guy named Michael Parrish. Jadon Ladie. He scored 12 last night. Mm-hmm. Lamont Butler hit the game-winning shot. Mm-hmm. Darian Trammell. They pronounce it Trammell. We pronounce it Trammell.
And he transferred.
Darian Trammell did? Really?
I'm pretty sure he was the one.
I'd say most of them are.
When you go to all these teams, go to the Sweet 16 and Elite 8. Pick the best player on each team. Mm-hmm. That's why you're seeing what you're seeing in this bracket.
Right. They've all transferred in.
Pick the stars on each of those teams. Pick the main guy. Not all. Mm-hmm. 8 out of 10.
Wow.
10 out of the Sweet 16. Those teams have their guy is a transfer portal guy. That's why. So, guys, I'm going to let you finish. I don't mean to interrupt.
No, we're talking.
Be ready, college football.
For the same thing.
I'm telling you, look, I'm just telling you right now. Big Uncle Matt's looking at the camera. You think the college March Madness bracket was wild? Wait till college football starts. Wait till 1st of October.
Well, I mean, 2 of Alabama's best shooters, Sears and Quinterly, both transferred.
Wait till October. And we're going to be sitting here going,
where did they? Well, it's making these teams even.
What?
Coastal Carolina, Kansas State,
how is
New Mexico?
How's Colorado 3-1 right now? What?
I know.
Don't be surprised.
FAU should have won that game.
Yeah,
they've probably got some transfers.
Sure.
I mean, they won 36 ball games.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, and all I was going to say, our favorite player for San Diego State is about their 7th leading scorer, but he's just a stud on defense, Nathan Mensa.
I like him. I like how he plays.
He just plays hard. But
I like how he plays.
But apparently Matt Bradley is their go-to.
And if you watch the Goldbergs, you know this joke. That's not the real Matt Bradley. He's not. This guy. He's not part of the JTP. If you don't watch the Goldbergs, you wouldn't understand.
Well, no, I've never watched
You
the
just have to
Goldbergs.
watch it to know. There's a guy on there named Matt Bradley.
Molly watches it. But
she would know. Just tell her
Yeah.
the joke and she'll get it.
Matt Bradley.
Yeah.
Okay. UConn, they're led by here we go again. Adama Sanogo.
Yeah.
He's good. 17 points a game, 9 rebounds. Also got Jordan Hawkins, Tristan Newton, Alex Caravan. He is very good. Andre Jackson, Donovan Klingen, and last but not least, they call him Joey California. His name is Joey Calcaterra.
Not Calipari, Calcaterra.
Calcaterra. But
yes, I'll take the Calcaterra. Would you like to side saddle that, sir? Yes, I would. $1,000, please. Thank you.
So we got Adama Sanogo as their star, and Hawkins, Jordan Hawkins. Guys, I mean, I heard of these guys a week ago. We were watching Mintz, and we was like, this Mintz is pretty good.
I like how he plays. He gets up and down. He's not afraid to reach in and take the ball.
No,
he played aggressive. He's one of the ones that helped beat Alabama by playing hard.
Mm-hmm.
San Diego State is auditioning for a Pac-12 membership.
Wow.
Maybe they're going to try to. Well, I mean,
well, here's my question. We've gone over the lineup. San Diego State's a little deeper than UConn.
Yes.
Could that be a factor tomorrow?
Yes. I'm not picking it.
You know,
They ain't trying to back me into picking this thing. I'm not.
What's the spread? Probably 7.5, 6.
I think it's 5.
5.5.
No, was it 7? I think it's 7, and I said it should be 5. I don't know. Y'all check your ESPN app.
Yeah, I would say, I don't know. They won't set it too high, but they won't set it too low either. But that's it, guys, and that'll tip
tomorrow night at 10:30.
At 8, supposed to tip at 8:21.
7.5 UConn.
8:23, I think. 7.5 UConn. All right. 7.5 UConn. I will not take that. Let's do that. I'll take San Diego State on that. There ain't no way. Just on that. 7.5. I don't know. UConn's good.
I don't know. I'm sitting here. He's trying to do it again. You see what he did? He's trying.
Well, Mensa can stop Sanogo.
I ain't got a clue.
I mean, Mensa's a good defensive player.
Nobody had UConn playing San Diego State.
No.
Everybody had. Most people had Bama playing Houston or Arizona playing Kansas or, you know.
And I will admit, and this is not fair to San Diego State or UConn, but with us not knowing nothing about them, it does take away some interest, does it not?
Well, for us, but for
them, no.
people that are fans of that team are the guys.
Right. So it's not fair to say, hey, suck, I'm not watching.
Yeah, because the guys that do podcasts for San Diego State,
Mm-hmm.
they're like, yes,
Oh, God.
our show matters now.
Yes.
Like with Rush getting hired at Pell City, you know how many views we've had?
Uh-huh.
I had 500 views at the first of the week. It's almost 900 now. We've got 400 more views and picked up 20 subscribers because of that. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So it makes us relevant because he got a job, you know, because we interviewed the guy.
Well,
so for those people at Connecticut that have the podcast,
oh yeah,
basketball,
well, UConn's had some good teams, but I never heard nothing out of them all year. They did beat Alabama by 15 early.
Girls, LSU basketball, who had them picked away?
They said they had 9 new players. 9.
Well, that woman, she's from Baylor.
She must be good.
She's a winner. She's never done nothing but one. So
I think some people
this 4 for her.
Don't take her serious because of her clothing choice, but I don't think she needs to be taken serious.
This 4?
4. Well, I got one more question, man, about this game, and then we can move on. I'll talk about the Masters, and we can get into your hype trio. Does this vindicate Alabama a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
They still didn't play their game.
Right.
If they played their game, well, yeah, but do they win could they have
beat UConn?
Or the team that
Florida Atlantic?
Florida Atlantic.
I don't know.
I
think they could have beat Creighton. But I don't know about FAU. FAU was good.
If they beat, San Diego State and they go on and beat, could they beat FAU? Because they led that game pretty much most of the night. They had a feel for the game. Mm-hmm. San Diego State just keeps plugging, and they have 20 points or so off the bench. Good rebounds, pass awareness, tough on defense. They put their knees out in the lane.
Right.
They do all those little things.
Well, let's just say this. I'm just throwing
have
this.
a tough one to win.
Yeah.
If they win it, which most people are going to say UConn does, I'll say this.
Mm-hmm.
UConn's going to walk away with a black eye and a bloody nose. They're not going to come out there shining, polishing their gold necklaces with their gold ring, polishing on their shirts like, this was easy. What kind of game was this? Like LSU.
Oh, yeah. They had to fight today.
That comeback put it on.
Oh,
they got hot and they started hitting them threes.
Yeah, they came back quick.
But they got foul trouble.
Yeah, that killed the big girl fouled out. And I don't mean that she's big. They're big.
She's as big as me. Yeah. Well,
I'm not saying she's fat. Somebody's like, you said she was fat. No.
She's not fat. She's just a big girl.
She's their center.
Congratulations, LSU.
Yeah. Congrats
I'm also setting the NCAA girls scoring mark at 102
points. Wow.
97 last. And Clark for back-to-back 40-point games, passing swoops from 1996.
110 points in the last 3 games.
She was playing when I graduated high school. Cheryl Swoops was finishing college as I was getting out. I remember her. I thought we was all like, wow, boy, she's good.
The thing about Clark that got me, you have somebody right in their face, and she's still nailing threes on them.
She needed some teammates.
She did, and the big girl was her best teammate.
Yeah.
But, hey, they fight hard. They're hard to get away from.
It put them in a bad spot.
But everybody was wanting this.
It did put them in a bad spot. Lakers are up 43-28 right now for any of those fans.
Oh, man, one more thing before you get to your hype.
Yankees did beat the Giants. While you're looking at that.
No, I'm about done.
And LSU celebrates first women's title in program history. We just mentioned that.
I did not know that.
First one ever, yeah.
Hey, she was since she's got there, they're 60-8. They were 9-13 the year before she came.
She just knows how to put it together, man.
Yeah, and so does the Staley from South Carolina's good too,
and
man.
Pat from Tennessee, that little group.
Mm-hmm.
So just think about this: girls basketball.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of? A lot of people want to think.
I've not ever watched a lot, but it's good.
I mean,
it's good.
But if you think winner of girls basketball, you think of
UConn. Tennessee, UConn.
They just won so many games.
Oh my God, I think that people got bored with that.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I mean, I'll tune in and watch
96-2 over 3 years or something.
Boys,
like that.
I'll watch March Madness.
Yeah,
I'll watch 64 or 32.
Yeah.
Girls, I'll watch the Final Four and the championship.
I'll check it out.
Softball, it gets down toward the end. When Bama's been in the World Series, I'm probably gonna watch.
Yes,
I really like softball in person. It's fantastic.
Yeah, they say
a lot of chatter.
I'm talking about college. I've never been to
a lot of chatter in the dugouts. It's a small field. It's really fast. They hit the ball. It's a real fast game. But let's think about Tennessee, South Carolina, and LSU. What do they all have in common?
Boy, I tell you one thing.
What do they have in common? Hey, they're right here in SEC.
They're in the South. Yes.
What about that?
Yeah, that's why I couldn't.
Girls basketball is alive right here.
I couldn't pull for Iowa because they're playing LSU. I can't. I'm sorry. I do have noticed one thing that girls do, and somebody will say that's because it's not as rough. They feed the post.
Yes.
Every time down the court. They don't crank threes. They shoot threes after it's thrown back out.
And they scored 102 points tonight.
Yeah.
I bet money that neither one of those boys' teams even get close to 80.
But somebody's going to say, if you say that, somewhere they play better defense than the girls.
No, they just shoot a lot of threes. They miss. Slows the game down.
Those girls feed the post. It is an inside
you see that
out game, not an outside in.
You see those elbows?
Oh, yeah.
You see the shoulder getting thrown up in that girl's chin?
Yeah. I think
they get after it.
Somebody made a comment that they play a lot more right. They play the game a lot more the correct way than men.
I agree to that.
A lot.
Just go look at it. They play defense. Well, you watch that game today. Those girls were putting their shoulders in the girls' chins.
And they were trying to play defense, both teams.
They were blacking eyes, teeth getting. I mean, and in the series, there was girls getting punched and fight. I mean, they play hard. So
I thought they shot a lot better than the guys.
That whole thing of
I just think they shoot better. But I think they do things right. It just seems to be.
Yeah, she didn't foul out. They took her out. She had 4 fouls.
Oh, Matt, quickly before you go to
LSU went 11 for 19 on threes.
Oh, my gosh, that's ridiculous. We're moving on from basketball. The Masters is next week. Here's 9 names to look for. John Rahm,
Oh, yeah.
he leads the PGA. He's the PGA leader right now.
Who?
John Rahm.
Okay, I remember that.
Max Homa, Scotty Scheffler, Keegan Bradley, of course, Rory
Rory
McIlroy.
I'll be pulling for him.
And two LIV players.
The guys from Habib,
Dustin Johnson and Patrick Reed.
Saudi Arabia or whatever.
Yeah, well, they're playing in the Saudi Arabian League. But, and people aren't real thrilled with them for leaving, but they did. And
who cares?
Obviously Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson.
Phil's?
As far as I know.
Phil, Rory, and Tiger?
He's going to try as far as.
All right.
And if anybody knows is Phil Mickelson still going to.
He said Tiger's playing.
Tiger is. I don't know about Phil. I assumed he was.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
He's I mean.
Yes, he is.
He don't need any introduction. He walks into a golf green, they just hand him a bag.
But I'll go on and make one prediction. Those 9 names I mentioned, I don't think any of them wins it. It's always somebody else.
Yeah, it's been that way.
Golf's like that.
For years, yeah.
It's just different.
Have a good tournament, and they'll just start winning.
Who wins it? Todd and Matt. I'm serious. It's just.
I'm interested. Once he gets down there closer, I'll start paying attention.
I watch it on day.
On day what?
I watch it on Sunday. Saturday, I might watch Saturday. I don't watch on Thursday.
So it ain't going to be on Easter because we will not be on next Sunday, guys. If you're watching,
they said it's going to be on Easter.
We're not on next Sunday.
I'm surprised they're having it on.
Lord is risen, and we're going to take condolences to that, and take the Sunday off. But when we come back,
yeah,
probably besides the 4th of July, that'll be about it.
Yeah.
4th of July week, we usually
we'll tell you about obviously we'll tell you what happened in the championship. Connecticut.
Yeah, we could do a video. Well, you're off any day that week. We could shoot something for. We could do a men's championship game.
Yeah,
spot
10 minutes,
30 minutes, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
We could do it any night.
Yes.
All
right,
Tuesday night.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna be gone Tuesday.
Are you leaving Tuesday?
Yeah, but I'm just gonna be gone that day.
Be back Wednesday.
Yeah. I'll be around Wednesday.
Yeah, come over.
I'll come over that.
I'm free Wednesday.
Early afternoon.
Wednesday's my bakery's closed.
Yeah.
You can come over sometime.
Yeah, come over.
We'll shoot a spot. Talk about Monday night game. Did you guys go to Lakewood? No, we did not. I was working. Dean was
go to what?
Lakewood. Boys baseball. I guess we was talking about.
Oh, okay.
No, but that's good that the kids got to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's big for them.
WrestleMania will be kicking off about 10 minutes. That'll give me just enough time to go through this.
I'm sorry, man.
No. Preseason. Trio hype.
All right.
3 teams.
3 good teams.
Spring game yesterday for Michigan. Maize in blue. 22-21 was the final of the game. It was a good game. And I know it's just a spring game, but McCarthy looks good.
He's good.
Coleman and Edwards did not play. They've added some good O-line talent, but I'm going to tell you, the defense was getting after it. Good, number 1 defensive lineman, probably going to come out number 99 in your hearts and soul. And, of course, Tuttle, the second QB, I like him.
So you're saying if McCarthy was to get hurt,
man, he reminds me. He'll take off and he's not scared, man. He'll put his head down there and play. Tight end O'Leary, another name. Good. Listeners, podcast people, write it down. They're a 2-time playoff team. They have 2 wins over Ohio State. I know he said, "Who cares? Go Bucks." That's okay. We understand. But Jeff, you better get your team together this year because it may happen again. I've got a feeling it is.
They're good.
Michigan's got a squad. Coach Dave better get a team together. I'm gonna do a spot on. Well, I did do a spot on them.
Right.
About 3 weeks ago, he wasn't on that week.
Who their
starters coming back,
got all those great receivers.
And they're going to have some guys, but they're going to be playing some new guys. Michigan is bringing back a lot of guys.
Well, see, Michigan to me was a lot better last year than they were the year before when they went, and I think that they'll be the same thing this year.
I do too.
They're getting close.
With Ohio State losing those key pieces, it's going to be hard. It's going to be tough.
You got to have a good quarterback.
Where's that game at this year, Jeff?
It is in the Big House.
So it's at Michigan. I don't know, Jeff. I'm sorry, buddy.
And they beat them 3 touchdowns in the horseshoe, which was a shocker to me.
It was me too. I thought they'd beat them. I haven't picked to win it.
I'm not knocking TCU, but I just can't get over
They don't make no sense. It's not, they just wouldn't have, they didn't have their head on.
I don't know. I don't understand. They were better. I mean, not that day, but overall.
He's wanting Dave fired.
Who you going to get better? Brian Kelly? I mean, you know. Would you trade Dave for Brian Kelly?
Yeah. Jeff, would you poach LSU for
Brian Kelly? You might could get that.
Well, speaking of, he's typing right now. LSU, Dean, 10-4 last year, 6-2 in the conference. Jaden Daniels.
Fantastic.
Remember him, guys.
Torched Bama.
Nabiers and Smith and Perkins on the front 7 part. Mm-hmm. LSU players to stand out. Transfer at cornerback, Denver Harris and Zay Alexander. Mm-hmm. And a Bama receiver, Aaron Anderson. Cornerback, Deuce Chestnut. You got to be good.
Yeah, you're probably pretty good.
J.K. Johnson.
Has anybody named Deuce ever not been good?
And J.K. Johnson. Does that sound like a cornerback?
Yeah.
So LSU is loaded up and ready for bear. Look for them to have 10-4. I mean, that's 11-3.
I would think. Daniels is good.
Yes,
because he can run.
Yep.
And, remember when we saw him play at Arizona State?
Jeff said yes. They would do that.
I don't think that's going to happen, Jeff, but you would do it. Dave for Kelly. What if they just traded coaches like they do players?
Nobody loses 2 14-point leads in a game. I don't know. They're losing their players too.
Who was the other one? Oh, I mean, I know it. I know Jeff's right, but I don't know who the other one is. They lost to. Was it Clemson come back and beat them, right? Yes, it was Clemson when Justin Fields and them were there.
Oh, yeah.
But their running back did get hurt.
Yeah, that was sickening. That was pretty bad.
Yeah.
And last but not least, certainly not the least, because when this team is good, guys, hate them, love them. I don't like them. It just is what it is. We're Southern homers.
Mm-hmm.
The Trojans of the West Coast.
They're back.
The insane people that live out there, God rest them. I have no idea how they live out there and deal with all that.
Yeah.
And their ADs and their rules. USC Trojans.
A lot of rules.
They've improved on defense.
Mm-hmm.
4th best. They are for the playoffs. They're going to have they're 4th for making this playoffs spot.
Mm-hmm.
Quarterback, Heisman Trophy, check.
Good. He's good.
Dorian Singer, wide receiver, check. Pac-12, number 1 recruiting class, check. 14th overall. The college football world needs to really be paying attention. 11-3, 8-1 last year. Anthony Lucas, defensive end, and Cobb. Circle that name. Podcast people, write it down. I hold your steering wheel. Now just wait till you stop at a red light. Cobb at linebacker.
Mm-hmm. It'll be good. Remember that name.
Cobb.
Yeah.
Anthony Lucas on defensive end. This Lucas guy is a pass rusher extraordinaire.
Mm-hmm.
He makes their defense better alone by him being there. Anthony Lucas.
They had Tulane beat. Tulane come back and beat them.
They couldn't
and then Utah beat them by 1 point one time. And that one time Utah got them pretty good. Williams, do you think he repeats as the Heisman? Is he going to be the second Heisman winner? Will they even give him a chance to win it?
I tell you who I like, Jeff, over the years.
Cole?
Yeah. I don't know why not.
They won't give it to a running back no more.
How
many years straight has had
this guy's going to do it? I think he's got a shot at it. I hope so. They need to get out of that quarterback stuff.
Yeah.
Because there's
years after, and when I was growing up, running backs won it constantly.
Guys, there's an award. It's called the Davy O'Brien. Mm-hmm. Board members for the nation, NCAA, they watch the show. Mm-hmm. I know they watch some. The Davy O'Brien.
They're watching right now.
The Davy O'Brien is for your best quarterback award, not the Heisman.
I mean, you can give it to a Heisman to a quarterback, but let's mix it up a little bit.
It's not an MVP award neither.
Right.
Stop doing that. It's not for the most valuable. Well, if you took him off, one of them said, if you took him off the team, they'd probably, that's an MVP. That's not a Heisman. We're talking about the best player in the country. I don't care if it's a linebacker or a kicker.
Right. Whoever. Who's the best player, period. Not the best player to his team. The best player, right?
What year was that? Anyway, the guy.
See, Desmond Howard won it. He was the best player in the country.
RG3, maybe it was the year he won it. Was that same? You remember the Miles Jack?
They played at UCLA. Played both ways.
Heisman.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't even know. I'm sure he got in the top 10.
Yeah, he was like in the sixth place.
Seventh or seventh. Yeah, I think
what?
He did get six.
That is Heisman.
Yeah, he started on defense and ran the ball 50. He ran for 300 yards and returned kickoff
at a D1 school.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
And like Christian McCaffrey, he was the best player in the country. He was the best player in the country last year. He did not win it.
Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders did not win it.
Charles
Charles Woodson did.
Great athlete. Super athlete.
See, a lot of people think Peyton Manning should have won that.
Yes. But, man, that's hard.
It's hard to not give it to Woodson. Returning punts, 8 interceptions.
He was good, man. He did it all.
And Young, I thought Young should have won it.
Yeah. That's not a real good. There wasn't a great class. Mm-hmm. Now, White, what's the name from Oklahoma?
Jason White.
Worst. And I'm not a big Matt Liner fan. I'm sorry, I like Matt. I love watching him on TV. Matt, I know you're watching. He does a good job commentating. I enjoy it.
Yeah,
he's intelligent, smart, and the Rogers brother, SEC Network.
Jordan, Aaron's
super smart.
Yeah,
really enjoy watching them. And the quarterback from Notre Dame, the little short guy,
Brady
Quinn,
yes,
fantastic reporter. But Matt Liner, he's Heisman.
Well, they were just so good.
I know. Like you could have given it to somebody on the defense, I guess. But anyway,
the best player. We might start doing our own Heisman
next week. We're going to be off. We may do it. I
don't think they'll honor it like they do the regular one, but we may start doing our Heisman.
We're going to be in that transition period between college football, summer. So we're fixing to start doing those kind of things like we usually do. We'll do our favorite running backs, and we'll do our Heisman list or something for each year for the last 10 years.
Yeah, who we think should have won it, maybe.
Yeah, and but people join in.
The only ones I know, I felt McCaffrey should have won it. But other than that, and I don't know, if you're going to give it to somebody twice, which I don't agree with that. Lamar Jackson didn't do any worse the next year, and he didn't get it.
No.
You know what I'm saying? He did just as good.
What we got here?
But I don't know. I just think it's too quarterback heavy.
Preseason hype trio, MLB kicks off, and the finals are here. We have covered all the topics.
Every topic in an hour.
And we're going to get off here and let everybody go enjoy their WrestleMania moments.
Matt's going to go watch WrestleMania. I'm going to go grab a bite.
Go pick up your kids and hug on them and take them in there and show them a good time. Let your kids watch wrestling with you. Watch some wrestling.
That's one thing I did watch TBS wrestling some as a kid. Did you watch a lot of that?
Yes.
Kerry Von Erich.
I loved it. Barefooted.
Yeah.
Small children is joining the Big Ten next year. They will lose at least 2 games.
Who said that?
Yeah.
I mean, about who?
USA. This will be I think this is their last year, either this year or next year. I think they're joining a year after Oklahoma, Texas. Maybe 25. But either way, when they come.
He gets some good receivers.
They're not going to have Caleb the year they go.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to have a new quarterback. But I promise you, he's going to have somebody. They're still pretty good.
Yes, they are. They were good last year.
To lose just 2 games.
Yeah.
They'll be in the playoffs because guess what's coming? 12-team playoffs.
12-team playoff. USC, I'd say they get in most years.
They sure will.
For a while, anyway.
They sure are. As long as he's coaching out there with his 36-room mansion with 2 elevators and a tennis court, a golf course, a track, basketball court.
Really?
Oh, my God. A wine vineyard.
Lincoln Riley.
A vineyard in the house.
That nice.
Yes.
I got to go look at this.
Look it up. I showed a picture of
it
it one time.
What part? Is it Malibu,
yes.
Beverly Hills?
Yeah. South LA. Sun shines 360 days a year. All right.
Wow.
The sun shines in your heart. The good Lord loves you. We love you, and we thank everybody for coming on. And remember, next Sunday, he is risen. Thank God he did for a bum like us to give us a chance of salvation. How important that is. If you don't know your Lord and Savior Jesus, get to know him. Study your Bible. If you ain't sure about some things, message me, Dean, somebody, your pastor, ask your mom and daddy if or somebody. out there that we can spread the word about God and how great He is to people like us. He can save a soul like you, and He can do anything to help anybody. So, y'all remember that next week. He ain't dead.
Yes, sir.
He's the only one that rose. It was not Muhammad. It was not Buddha. None of them rose.
And a lot of people, I'll say this, and we don't think none of that story makes sense. It does too. If you get in there and break it down, all that fits.
Mm-hmm.
Every bit of it fits.
Yep, and there's history to prove that it's all accurate, not just us speaking about.
No, it's not some Easter Bunny fairy tale.
No, yeah. It may not be the exact day, but we're celebrating a risen Savior.
But I'm just saying,
it wasn't on the middle of April. It was the 1st of April. Okay.
What does that matter?
Yeah, we're just going to pick this day to celebrate him. And it ain't got nothing to do with bunnies or candy.
But that stuff's fine.
Or eggs. So just be careful and know what you're worshiping. We worship the risen Savior.
Yeah. We won't hunt us some deviled eggs that day.
That sounds good to me. All right. Y'all keep your heads clear and your hearts full of God, and we'll be back week after the week of the spring A-Day game.
Spring A-Day game. Yes, sir.
We'll be headed there. So we'll see y'all guys through the week. Maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll drop something about the boys game.
See, unless it's just a 50-point blowout.
Yeah. All right. See y'all then. Thank y'all.